Hello everyone and welcome to the Sports Republic. I'm Sudeep Swarba and today I'm going to talk about one of the most decorated tournaments on the ATP Tour. One tournament in which every single professional tennis player wants to compete in, and that is the NITO ATP Finals. This is a season end finale where only the top 8 players from that calendar year participate and compete for the final tournament, final title of that year. This is the second biggest tournament in terms of points because a winner who is undefeated in this tournament can accumulate a total of 1500 points. That's 1500, which is the second largest apart from a Grand Slam. And this is the best in terms of quality because only the top 8 in the world compete in this tournament. This tournament was played in London, UK from 2009 to 2020 in the O2 Arena. But from this year onwards until 2025, it's going to be played in Turin, in Italy. Moving on to the format, unlike any other tournament, this is a group knockout tournament. Here, the 8 players are divided into 2 groups with 4 players in each group, and 2 players from each group make it to the semi-finals, and eventually the winners play the final. The groups in this year's NITO ATP Finals. In the first group, which is the green group, we have Novak Djokovic, who is the Serbian god. We have Stefanos Tsitsipas, the Greek god. We have Andrei Rublev, the Russian grunter. And we have Casper Ruud, the Norwegian, who's making it for the first time to the NITO ATP Finals. In the red group, we have Daniil Medvedev, the Russian wall. We have Alexander Zverev, the German beast. We have Matteo Berrettini, the home favorite. And we have Hubert Hurkacz, who is again a newcomer to the NITO ATP Finals. Looking at the groups, the green group looks relatively easier, where Novak Djokovic and Stefanos Tsitsipas can easily make it to the semi-finals. But it is not as easy as it looks. With the likes of Andrei Rublev and Casper Ruud, although they don't have a very good record in indoor hard courts, they are very much capable of causing an upset. But in the red group, there is more competition. With the likes of Medvedev, Hurkacz, Berrettini and Zverev, anyone can make it to the semi-finals. The points distribution in this tournament is different compared to the other ATP tournaments. In this tournament, a player gets 300 points if he wins in the group stages, a player gets 400 points if he wins in the semi-finals, and he gets 500 points if he wins the finals. That is a cumulative of 1500 points if a player goes undefeated in this tournament, which is the most compared to any other tournament next to the Grand Slams. If you are wondering why this tournament is called the NITO ATP Finals, I will have to tell you a little bit about its history. This tournament was first played in the 1970s. From the 1970s until 2008, this tournament did not have a title sponsor. But in 2009, Barclays came in and tied up with the NITO ATP Finals, and Barclays was the title sponsor until 2016. After its contract ended in 2016, Nitto Denko, a Japanese company, came in and got the title sponsorship for this tournament. They had the sponsorship contract from 2017 to 2020, but later expanded this contract until 2025. So that's why this tournament is called the NITO ATP Finals. These are the players that have qualified for this year's NITO ATP Finals. The first man on that list is none other than Novak Djokovic. Well, this man needs no introduction. He is known by everyone and he is also considered one of the greatest of all times. Well, this is subject to discussion on another time, but for now, let's talk about how he has performed in 2021. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 54 matches, winning 48 of those and losing only 6. This man has a win percentage of 88.89% in 2021. I mean, is this a joke? How can someone win so often? How can someone be so good on court? He also has 5 titles in this year. Moving on to his record to indoor hard courts, he has played 205 matches in his career, winning 160 of those and losing only 45. That's a win percentage of 78 on indoor hard courts. He has the most number of appearances in the ATP Finals compared to all the other players on tour. He has played 54 matches, winning 38 and losing 16 of those with a win percentage of 70%. His best results track back to 2012, where he has won the Nitto ATP Finals 4 times straight. He has won in 2008, and after that he has won in 2012, 2013, 2014 and also in 2015. Well, that takes a lot of stopping, doesn't it? Here's a list of Djokovic's top performances in 2021. As usual, Djokovic started the year winning the Australian Open and beating Daniil Medvedev in the finals in straight sets. Then, the next big tournament which he played was the French Open, where he beat Rafael Nadal in 4 sets in the semi-finals and then beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in what is considered as one of the best tennis matches in this year. This was an amazing comeback by Novak Djokovic, which not even Tsitsipas nor his father expected. The next Grand Slam which he played was the Wimbledon, and again everyone was expecting Novak Djokovic to win it easily. Then he lost in the US Open finals to Daniil Medvedev, but later he took revenge for this match in the Paris Masters final. Next on list is world number 2, Daniil Medvedev. He is called the Russian Wall, and if you have a baseline rally with him, you are going to lose more often than not. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 66 matches, winning 54 of those and losing only 12. He has the second highest win percentage in 2021, winning 81.81% of his matches. He also has 4 titles in this calendar year. He also has a good record in the indoor hardcourt season, where he has played 90 matches, won 63 of them and lost only 27, with a win percentage of 70. He has made 2 appearances in the ATP finals, where he has played 8 matches, won 5 and lost 3. And not to forget, he is the defending champion for this year's Nitto ATP final. Here's a list of the top performances of Medvedev in 2021. Starting the year off, he beat Matteo Berrettini to win the maiden ATP Cup for Russia along with Andrei Rublev. Later on, he beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in straight sets in the Australian Open semi-final, eventually losing to Novak Djokovic in the final, again in straight sets. Then he beat Riley Opelka in the Canadian Open final. Then he beat Novak Djokovic in the US Open final, where Djokovic was heading towards the calendar slam, but he was the pantomime villain, stopping Djokovic in the final. The next player on our list is world number 3, Alexander Zverev. He is known as the German giant. He also has had a stellar career in 2021. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 69 matches, winning 55 of them and losing only 14. He has a win percentage of 79.7%, which is close to 80, which is again a staggering number, which says that he wins every 8 of the 10 matches he plays. He also has 5 titles in this calendar year. His indoor hardcourt record is not great. He has played 97 matches, winning 64 and losing 33, with a win percentage of 66. He has had a few considerable appearances in the ATP finals. He has played 15 matches, winning 8 and losing 7, which is close to 50%. And not to forget, he's the winner of the 2018 Nitto ATP finals. Here is a list of Alexander Zverev's top performances in 2021. He beat Stefanos Tsitsipas in the Mexican Open final. Stefanos Tsitsipas is one of his close friends and also his arch rival, and they have met many more times in this year apart from this final. Then he beat Matteo Berrettini in the Madrid Open final. This is one of his best weeks in this ATP calendar year, where he beat Rafael Nadal in the quarterfinals and then he beat Dominic Thiem in the semi-finals. And this tournament is a clay court tournament, so you know that beating these 2 great clay court players adds a lot of value to your CV. And one of his best performances in this year was when he beat Novak Djokovic in the Olympic semi-finals. He broke Djokovic's dreams of getting the Golden Slam when he was a set and a breakdown, but came back to win from there, winning that match. His last best performance came against Andrei Rublev when he beat him in the Cincinnati Masters final. The next player on our list is Stefanos Tsitsipas, the Greek god and also the world number 4. This man also needs no introduction as he has stamped his authority on the ATP Tour and is regarded as one of the best players coming forward. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 73 matches, winning 55 and losing 18. This man has made a considerable amount of quarterfinals and semifinals in this year, but has only 2 titles to his name. He has a win percentage of 75.34 in 2021. His record on the indoor hard courts says that he has played 70 matches until now, winning 46 and losing 24 with a win percentage of 65.7. This tells us that he's a good indoor hard court player and he will give a tough fight and a tough competition in the group stages. His record at the ATP finals says that he has played 8 matches, winning 5 and losing 3 with a win percentage of 62.5. And not to forget, he's the winner in 2019 in the ATP finals. Here is a list of top performances of Stefanos Tsitsipas in 2021. He beat Rafael Nadal in the Australian Open quarterfinals from 2 sets down, but eventually he lost to Daniil Medvedev in the semi-finals in straight sets. He beat Andrei Rublev in the Monte Carlo Masters final, and this player went on to win the tournament without dropping a set. He again beat Alexander Zverev in the French Open semi-final. This was again an amazing match where Tsitsipas was 2 sets to love up, but Zverev came back, winning the next 2 sets, making it 2-all. But in the final set, Tsitsipas showed up, and that one solitary break made him win the final set and the match. The next player on our list is Andrei Rublev, the world number 5. He has also stamped his authority on the tour, and he has made a name for himself as one of the next gen Russians to take over. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 68 matches, winning 48 and losing 20. His win percentage is at 70.58, and he has won only 1 title in this entire year compared to a lot of titles in the previous year. So you can say that his performance in the 2021 has went down compared to 2020. His career indoor hardcourt record says that he has played 84 matches, winning 52 and losing 32. His win percentage in indoor hardcourts is 61.9%, which is again a good number, which says that he's winning close to 6 out of every 10 games he plays. His record at the ATP finals says that he has played 3 matches, winning 1 and losing 2. Well, the first time he played in the ATP finals was in 2020, where he won only 1 match in the round robin. So this is a small sample size, and these numbers can't be judged by. Here's a list of top performances of Andrei Rublev in 2021. He beat Fabio Fognini in the ATP Cup final, winning the ATP Cup for the first time for Russia. Then he beat in the Rotterdam Open final 7-6, 6-4. Well, this is the only solitary title which Rublev has won in 2021. His other major victory in 2021 came when he beat Rafael Nadal in the Monte Carlo Masters quarterfinal. Well, very few people can boast that they have beaten Rafael Nadal on clay, and Andrei Rublev is one of them. But last but not the least, he beat his Russian counterpart Daniil Medvedev in the Cincinnati Masters semi-final. The next player on our list is the home favorite Matteo Berrettini. He is the world number 7, and he will have the backing of the fans of Italy. The fans of Italy will be behind him throughout this tournament, and he should fancy his chances in this tournament. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 52 matches, winning 41 and losing only 11. His win percentage is 78.84, which is again a staggering number, which tells you that he wins every 8 of the 10 matches he plays. He has 2 titles in 2021. His record on indoor hard courts is not very great, where he has played 26 matches, winning 13 and losing 13, with an exact winning percentage of 50. He has made a single appearance in the ATP finals where he has played 3 matches, winning 1 and losing 2. Again, his win percentage here, which is 33.33, does not state how good he is because this is a very small sample size. Here's a list of top performances of Matteo Berrettini in 2021. He beat Aslan Karatsev in the Serbian Open final. Aslan Karatsev beat Novak Djokovic, the home favorite and world number 1, in the semi-finals. Karatsev came into this match as a heavy favorite, but Berrettini beat him in 3 sets, 6-1, 3-6, 7-6 in the final set tiebreak. He also beat Casper Ruud in the Madrid Open semi-final. He beat Cam Norrie in the Queen's Club Championship final. This performance can explain Berrettini's pedigree on the grass courts, and also his performance in the Wimbledon adds to this. He also beat Hubert Hurkacz in the Wimbledon semi-final and eventually losing to Novak Djokovic in the final in 4 sets. The 7th player on our list is Casper Ruud. He is the world number 8 and he is making his appearance in the Nitto ATP finals for the very first time. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 68 matches, winning 53 and losing only 15. His win percentage is a staggering high number of 78, which is similar to all the other players, but this player has a total of 5 titles in 2021, which is one of the main reasons why he has made it to the ATP finals. His record on indoor hardcourt is not very great, where he has only won 19 of the 31 matches he has played. He has a win percentage of 61 and this is his first appearance in this Nitto ATP finals. So this is an exciting prospect to be looked at. Here's a list of top performances of Casper Ruud in 2021. He beat Denis Shapovalov in the Geneva Open final. He beat Federico Coria in the Swedish Open final 6-3, 6-3. Then he beat Hugo Gaston in the Swiss Open final, and last but not the least, he beat Cam Norrie in the San Diego Open final 6-love, 6-2. Well, there is a trend in these performances and you can see that whenever he's winning in straight sets, isn't it? The last player on our list is Hubert Hurkacz. He is the world number 9 and is fresh coming into this tournament, and this is his maiden appearance in the Nitto ATP finals. His overall record in 2021 says that he has played 56 matches, winning 36 and losing only 20. He has 3 titles to his name in 2021 and has a win percentage of 64.3%. His record in indoor hardcourt says that he has played 38 matches, winning only 18 and losing 20. His win percentage is less than 50, which says that he is not a great indoor hardcourt player but has had a very good season in 2021. Here is a list of top performances of Hubert Hurkacz in 2021. He beat Sebastian Korda in the Delray Beach Open final. In the beginning of the year, he beat him 6-3, 6-3. He beat Jannik Sinner in the Miami Open final 7-6, 6-4. This was one major tournament which gave him a lot of points in this calendar year. His biggest victory in 2021 came when he beat Roger Federer, the GOAT, in Wimbledon in his own adda, begeling him in the final set. How many people have done this to Roger Federer? How many people have beaten Roger Federer in straight sets in Wimbledon? Well, Hubert Hurkacz is one of them. He also beat Pablo Carreño Busta in the Moselle Open final 7-6, 6-3, which gave him enough points to qualify for the Nitto ATP finals after his performance in the Paris Masters, which ended recently. Here is the list of the previous champions of the Nitto ATP finals. In 2016, Andy Murray was the champion, beating Novak Djokovic 6-3, 6-4 in the finals. He was unbeaten in this tournament and picked up 1500 points. In 2017, Grigor Dimitrov, the Bulgarian, was the champion. He beat David Goffin in 3 sets. This player was also unbeaten throughout the tournament and picked up 1500 points. In 2018, the next-gen player, Alexander Zverev, was the champion. He beat Novak Djokovic in the finals 6-4, 6-3. This player lost only one match in the round robin stages and picked up 1300 points from this tournament. In 2019, it was Stefanos Tsitsipas, the Greek god, who beat Dominic Thiem 6-7, 6-2, 7-6 in the final. He also picked up 1300 points and lost only to Rafael Nadal in the group stage matches. In 2020, Daniil Medvedev, the Russian wall, was the champion. He beat Dominic Thiem 4-6, 7-6, 6-4 in the final. This player was also unbeaten and picked up 1500 points from the tournament. So that's it from the Sports Republic about the Nitto ATP Finals. Note down your predictions below. Tell us what you think. For me, personally, I think Novak Djokovic is going to win it this time. This man needs no explanation. He's a world number one. He has a lot of experience playing in indoor hard courts. He's coming fresh off a victory over his rival Daniil Medvedev in the Paris Masters. And there is no reason to think otherwise. So let us know what you think. And thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video and if you found value out of this video, please do like and subscribe to the Sports Republic. By doing so, you're not giving us any money, but you're only encouraging us to make more and better content. Thank you and have a nice day. Until next time, adios.